Oh shit. Here we go again.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
Alright everyone, it's time to go balls deep and you know what I'm gonna say, right? You're gonna say, I called up my friend Tabata talked to me on the phone and he said, "You're doing a great job, mate. You really are. You're really predicting Black Clover correctly." Now, I don't know why he has a Scottish accent and everything. But anyway, guys, this chapter was absolutely mind-blasting. Plot twist central. Plot twist here, plot twist there, plot twist up and everywhere. This is ridiculous. And, you know, as Black Clover fans, it is the best shonen out right now in terms of the manga. And you got to read the manga. Please go read the manga so you can join and watch these weekly videos. And let me know what you guys think about who Nero is. Why did Nero speak? You guys are obviously commenting already saying, oh my god, Anime Balls Deep already talked about 4 different theories and one of them might be true. So I'm going to explain that in Balls Deep detail right now. And I'm going to explain what the devil meant with everything about the grimoire, about the demon and Licht. So let's get into it. Okay, so we start off the chapter with the new demon trying to escape the void, but he sees Licht waiting for him at the doorway. This goes back to what I explained before in my videos where I predicted that Licht will come to help Asta and Yuno and face the demon. This is because Licht was the one that faced this demon 500 years ago, and this logically means that Licht has felt his mana and presence before. Thus, when this demon came to existence again, the real Licht would have felt this mana and realized who it was. So logically speaking, it makes sense that the real Licht is waiting at the door for the demon to arrive and stop him. Licht knows his true plan and intentions and that he was the one that did the reincarnation magic. So this results in Licht kind of saying, "I shall not let you pass." He was on his Gandalf the Grey sheep. Another theory and prediction I seem to have got correctly is in regards to despair and the soul creating new demons, kinda like a fallen angel concept. The master demon explains to Licht that the soul which gave birth to a demon has become unstable, yet you made it this far. Now this doesn't make much sense to most of us, right? Is it because the translation isn't that great at the moment? Yeah, probably, but what does this mean exactly? Well, as I said before, the demon may be implying that due to Licht's despair in the past 500 years ago, where he tried to create a 5-leaf black clover just like how he did right now with Patry, Licht actually did not turn into a dark elf. However, Licht resisted. The demon says it's because Licht and the first Wizard King interfered with his original plan. I believe this logically means Tetia and the first Wizard King helped emotionally, just like Asta did with Patry, to help Licht not fall into despair and become a dark elf. But because Licht lost his whole family and tribe, knowing that he can't do anything to help them, his despair, instead of creating a dark elf, it must have manifested into the demon god that we know. This caused the first Wizard King having to defeat the demon god and maybe sacrifice himself with forbidden magic and also got reincarnated within Nero. That is a possible theory. Another theory could be that the master demon is talking about a soul giving birth to a demon which is unstable because Licht does not have his full personality right now, right? Does this mean half his soul is somewhere else which is causing this? Is that half soul the reason for a demon to be birthed of despair? And which demon are we talking about here too? Are we talking about the demon god or the one in Licht's original grimoire that Asta now has? So as you can tell, now you know how my mind works, and there's hundreds and hundreds hundreds of questions that stem from this one line alone that I cannot answer. But as I said, thinking like a writer will only make one of my theories end up coming true, because Tabata has created these lanes and I just have to figure out how to explain them to you. Another point to make is, going back to my previous analysis, a grimoire disintegrates or gets destroyed when the owner dies. How does Asta have Licht, right, from 500 years ago? Is it because Licht never completely passed on to the afterlife? You know, this just got more evidence, because what if one of the theories about Nero having half of Licht's soul is true? Because if this ends up being true, that means Licht never, technically speaking, he never really died completely, and his grimoire became anti-magic and went to Asta due to him having no mana and it was destined for him. It would make logical sense. I made a video regarding this topic in the past which has 50,000 views at the moment. I'll put it in the description and pinned comment, go watch it after this one. But essentially, I explain how Nero may either be the first Wizard King, Tetia, or half of Licht's soul, which contains all his memories and retained back his personality to be complete. If Nero is Licht's other half, that would perfectly explain the foreshadowing we have received and links back to what the demon said about the soul becoming very unstable, creating a demon, and why Nero says at the end of this chapter that he wants to go back to where the battle took place and the demon god's graveyard. This is because Licht's soul now knows it's time after seeing the void, you know, he's witnessed it and he's sensing the demon magic being remanifested and existing, that he needs to complete himself to help humans defeat them. Overall, you really need to go watch that video to understand everything I am saying, but there are 4 theories on my channel currently, and one of them, no matter what, will have to come true because it's the only way the plot will make sense. The other most popular theory is that the first Wizard King is Nero or Tetia. Now this kinda needs to happen because politically, the first Wizard King needs to clear Licht's name and the other elves as well as humans. He needs to explain his version of events and unite the races on new knowledge on what actually happened in the past. If Nero is the first Wizard King, he will be able to explain the past and what the royals of the past did with the monarchy system and how corrupt they actually are. Therefore, this will allow the current system, which has so much discrimination and corruption, to be broken down with truth and create an opportunity for peace through understanding. It will break the corruption in the current system, stop discrimination, and make people question it and be more open-minded. So maybe in the first Wizard King statue, which is on top of the demon god, maybe a Nero's soul will be transferred into it, maybe something along those lines will happen, but the first Wizard King needs to explain how humans and elves were framed and can come to an understanding just like Asta and Licht won, because even in this chapter we see conflict between elves and humans, such as the elf within Charlotte not wanting to trust Yami, and there's some sort of friction. The first Wizard King or Tetia being Nero also makes sense because everything that they encompass is linked with Licht. He's the other half of the story, and all the foreshadowing that we have received will still make sense and come full circle. However, you know, I don't want to repeat myself on what I've said in the other videos, so I do recommend you guys watching my 2 Nero theory videos after this to completely be on the same page. Anyways, Licht and the demon fight, but Charlotte comes to save the day. Furthermore, again, on what I stated before in my other videos, since Charlotte is an elf, she has knowledge of demons which must be from their past and their history. She immediately understands and knows that it's a demon that they are facing. However, Yami, Yami gained this knowledge because he happened to arrive at the right time and hear everything. In fact, he says, "A demon? Do those things really exist in this world of ours?" So Tabata, what he's trying to do, he's further perpetuating the idea of how humans are ignorant of things that elves themselves understand. This shows the gap between the races. Humans have technology and creativity, for example, that makes certain magic that elves can benefit from, but elves have immense mana and knowledge of other races. So this foreshadows the idea that elves and demons must have had a war in the past, and that's why there is this conflict. Why are the elves, they're so hostile as soon as they see a demon? This is because they know demons are evil incarnate and they want to possess bodies to come into existence which cause havoc. Anyways, Yami being my favorite goddamn character, he's a sexy beast, and he says, "You better not let that body get hurt too much, you hear me?" Like, oh, Yami x Charlotte ship has been sailed.
I was was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Moving on to another point I want to make is about Julius and how the writing comes full circle and is brilliant. Maybe I'm looking too balls deep into this, but Julius, just like Asta, said that he wants a world without discrimination. His power was time magic, where he steals the future of others can look into it, right? So the idea of races coming together and Patry losing in the end is foreshadowed. Julius says with a smile that I will win and his ideology will come true. So when he makes the decision to save the people instead of killing Patry, what if he saw the future and knew this decision was best because he must have known his sacrifice would not be in vain? I mean, think about it. Julius always somehow had a keen interest in Asta from the very start, even pretending to be an old woman to see how he is and judge his character. He was very nice from the start and shared his thoughts. Julius would have saw the future and what he needed to do as the Wizard King to protect the kingdom. So the metaphor of him stealing the future of others with his powers, but paying his debt back to give it all back to everyone by saving the future with his sacrifice. This is why in his last words to Yami he says the exact same things as Asta. A country without discrimination or hate, a new future that I'd make for you. Anyways guys, this chapter was absolutely brilliant. Make sure you smash the like button, watch my Asta x Mimosa video that I have just uploaded as well. Make sure to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.